Cool. Sam, I know you have a large portfolio of Airbnbs. Airbnb are the nightly vacation rentals. What is the biggest challenge when you started to do short-term / long-term Airbnb? Well, the challenge, okay, so the first challenge always in anything is money. How much money do you need to spend? For example, can I buy a place? If not, can I lease it and have the right to sublease it? Can I furnish it? Do I have the money to furnish it? Can I furnish it the right way? But once you have no money, like big money issues, let's say we always have money challenges because you always want to grow in life. But once you solve the money issue, the second thing is going to be who? Who are the people who are going to be working in this business model? Because you can't do everything in your life. So the biggest, I don't have money issues. I just had to choose. Here's what I'm getting long-term rental in these units. I knew the rental income was coming up. So I said, okay, I'm going to actually do some Airbnbs. I need to furnish these units. I need to realize that now I'm going to have to pay for the utilities. Now I'm going to have to pay commissions when I rent the Airbnbs, because you have to pay Airbnb commission. You have to pay third-party companies that actually book those distribution channels. And who's going to coordinate all this, and how much the housekeeper is going to cost me, and dealing with staff, what issues could I have, what liabilities, what permits, what taxes, etc. And once we identified all this, and I used an attorney to just figure out all the regulations that I had to deal with, the challenge was, am I actually, so an apartment, I'll give you an example. I was making $5,000 a month from an apartment. This is, I'm talking about Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. It has become a very, very desirable location. Please mute yourself, so it will help you out. Okay, so then I realized with Airbnb, I was making $9,000 a month. So it went from $5,000 a month to $9,000. But then you have to figure out, so $9,000 minus utilities. Utilities were $500 because they left the AC on all the time and all this. Minus commissions were running at about 15%. So give or take 1,500. And then at the end of the day, I found out I was only making like $1,000 more per month. So I had to make a decision. By the way, I also calculated replacement cost. Remote control gets missing. They broke the window, the lock of the window and all this. So replacement and reserves, etc. And I was still coming up with about $1,000, slightly more per month. But if I'm making $5,000, all of a sudden I'm making an extra $1,000. That's 20% more. Plus the flexibility of being nightly stay. Sometimes I can use it myself. If I have a friend coming in, if I want to increase the rate, decrease the rate. That was actually very good. So I like Airbnb. So the challenge is, how much would it really rent for versus what I think? You can go to a website called AirDNA. But so let's say you're sitting in Los Angeles, or you're sitting in Atlanta, and you're trying to figure out airdna.co, airdna.co. And you will see, if you're all on the internet, you can go airdna.co, and it's going to tell you search by city or zip code or address, and it's going to tell you what you should expect from a 2-bedroom, from a 3-bedroom in terms of the rental. And that's going to be very valuable for you, because it's going to help you make the decision you need to make. Because a lot of people want to act like, oh, you're going to make a lot of money or whatever, but you may not. Now, if you don't have money and you want to start in it, try to lease and sublease. And make it, when you make an offer, make it irresistible to somebody. Tell them, okay, I'm willing to lease and sublease, but I'll put the furniture, and you give me the lease for, let's say, 2 years. And when I leave, I'll leave the furniture for you. Something like this. That's how I started, by the way, to test. I leased to somebody and gave them the right to sublease. And I said, I'll just give it to you for 1 year, and then I'll have the right to all the furniture. And I gave him a low lease. And I said, and disclose the numbers to me. When I saw it make sense, I said, great. Now I'm going to take it over. As I told you, after I'm keeping most of the furniture as were advertised on Airbnb, and you're going to go lease and sublease from somebody else. I don't mind that at all. And I'll even give you a recommendation because you paid me on time and maintain things, etc. So make sure you check on this airdna.co, see what the potential rental income is, look on Airbnb, put your zip code, put your area, and see what they're renting for, see what the competition is like, the beauty about competition, you can copy them, you can improve on what they do, etc., and see which ones book the most. So the more due diligence you do, the less problems you will have. At the end of the day, the biggest challenge is who's going to run it, who's going to stay on top of the rates. Are you willing to take the calls at midnight and all this? I'm not willing to take any calls. Okay, I don't take calls. All right. So what I did is I just, at the end of the day, I figured that I converted so much of my inventory into Airbnb that I actually am the largest owner of Airbnb in Old San Juan. We're running at 90-some% occupancy. It's unbelievable. But I hired a third-party company, which were two young guys, real nice people. And one of them was a renter of mine. And I asked him, what do you do? And he said, I do Airbnbs for others and all this. And he was very sharp. So we took a chance with him, and he's doing so well. He grew. And we pay them, so from the gross, 20%. So, and it ends up being a very nice 20% increase on my rental income. So net after paying him, I make 20%. Now, we figured out this is the number. Now, as I add Airbnbs, I have my own crew, and we kind of emulate and copy his system, but I don't want to cut him off because he's a good guy, and he helped me grow, so I'm helping him grow. And he's doing very well right now. He went from having a job at $4,000 a month to making just from me over $20,000 a month. And he's a young guy. You would think like he would go buy an exotic car and do this. No, instead he's reinvesting in the business, growing, and now he's creating a cleaning company, etc. Cool. So learn it, get somebody to manage it, step back, have them in-house or hire a third-party company. In-house will cost you less, but will come with some headaches. I prefer less headaches. Less headaches, I can grow more, I can step back and can grow better.